This podcast is brought to you by the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault, an organization committed to providing leadership, vision, and resources to those who work to eradicate sexual violence in our communities.
My name is Erin Burrows. I'm the trainings coordinator for SAFER, which is Students Active for Ending Rape. We're based in New York, and we're a nationwide, all-volunteer-run organization that works to support student activists who are interested in reforming sexual assault programming and specifically policies on their campuses.
My name is Wagatwe, Wanjuki, and I am the Student Outreach Coordinator for Students Active for Ending Rape, also known as SAFER, which is based in New York. We're currently in Las Vegas for the 2010 Summer Campus TTI, and we just finished a presentation on looking through schools policy to see how you coordinate a coordinated community response.
It was called Through a Student's Perspective, Mapping Community Response Through Policy. What we focus on is student-led policy reform. So we walked administrators through how to actually look at these 6 different key components or 6 areas of analysis of a good or a better sexual assault policy.
I think a great way that members of campus communities, what they can do to make policies more victim-friendly, I guess that would be a great term to say, would involve the entire community. Don't look at the policy and see that it's a daunting task and think about bureaucracy and think that we won't be able to do anything, this is going to take too long, oh, I'm graduating in a couple of months, I'm not going to bother. Do what you can in those last 2 weeks, and you can do stuff even after you graduate. Reach out to people in other communities, other student groups, professors, staff members. I think it's just great to think about making a coalition and bringing people together who are passionate, create relationship, create a bond, and really go out there. And SAFER has some great resources online. Actually, on our website, we have an activist resource center. So if you register with our website, there are a lot of tools and tactics available for students, even administrators, staff, where you can look and see what you can do to start that process to create a policy that is, very comprehensive and effective.
And that includes case studies. So we're not just talking about some fictional, idealistic thing, but that real student groups all over the country have been doing this work for a long time. We're just documenting it and supporting that work that's already happening. So if you want examples of how to do it and how to do it well, we have a lot of amazing resources on our website. And we look at policy for a lot of reasons, but mostly because we know that college campuses have a high turnover rate, that people come and go, transfers in and out, and that's about students and staff. And that a policy is a sustainable tool that can really last, that can really bring that community coordinated response together so that everybody's on the same page, everybody knows the protocol. We also really advocate for a built-in review of that policy. So let's say every 2 or 3 years it's mandated in the policy that the community will regather and reevaluate any changes. Maybe there's been a technological change, right? So maybe there are policies that were done in 1997. They don't include anything about GPS chips, about texting, about Facebook, about online stalking. So we see the policies can be really good. They could be good policies, but they're outdated now. So literally, I don't think there's a school in the country that has a perfect policy that doesn't need any work. That everybody can improve the way that they articulate their community coordinated response through their policy.
And we also can come to you, which is
Yes.
great. We love to come out and we can help you specifically look at your current policy and help you figure out what you want. So you can bring your coalition, bring your administrators, bring your teachers, and everyone can sit together and realize what does our community need and how do we address that the best way.
We live online because we know a lot of students live online. So all of our resources are available online, and then we can also travel nationwide to bring a training to campus. We're very cognizant of the fact that there's a lot of different schools out there. There's a lot of different communities, whether that's faith-based or a community college versus an Ivy League private university. So that's why we don't have a model policy out there. That the policies really need to come from the ground up, from that community-specific needs. So we try and tailor our advice and our resources to reach a lot of different communities and what they need in their policy.
Also, even though our board of directors is based in New York City, we also have a board of advisors. So they might be former board of directors or other people who have dealt with campus sexual assault, and then may have their own expertise, and they're throughout the country. So we have a lot of resources from a lot of different points of views. which is really super useful. You can also email us. I've emailed with a lot of students who have needed a few resources that weren't explicitly on our website or they couldn't find online that I was able to easily access. So we definitely make it available for students who might not be able to bring us out right away or aren't in the area.
The people that are here know that students' voices matter, and so that I hope whoever's watching this takes that home and knows that people are listening if you decide to speak up and take action. So that's a really important message to take home. And finally, that the message from our workshop was that a good policy is a good community response, and that when we really analyze our policies and do something about making them better, that it really changes students' experiences when they go to use the policy. And students use the policy, their voices have to be part of the process of changing policy.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault. For more information about CalCASA's mission, or to show your support, please visit our website, calcasa.org. That's calcasa.org. If you'd like to watch or listen to other presentations like this one, you can subscribe to our podcast feed. Visit www.calcasa.org/feed/podcast.